Today's reading from Psalm 22 covers verse 18. They divided my garments among them, and for my clothing they cast lots. As we have seen, nearly every aspect of Psalm 22 applied to the experience of our Lord on Calvary. Jesus knew the entire psalm by heart, and as he quietly recited it, the scene it described was being played out at ground level around him. This is true even for the minute level of detail that we read in verse 18. The psalm mentions of all things his garments. There was a reason why the guards were casting lots for Jesus' clothing. There were some pieces of some of it that could be distributed among the few of them. After all, laying hold of the personal effects of any condemned man were prerequisites that came with the job. However, one article of clothing drew special attention because it was large and seamless. These details are given through the Gospel of John. The guards decided to gamble for the robe rather than to cut it up among themselves. When we read the account of the Passion, the hours of crucifixion, of Jesus' crucifixion, the four Gospel writers give us details of how it took place. We are told who was near the cross and those who fled. We are told who cursed Jesus. We are told how a few of the crowd took pity on the Lord in his final hours and offered him water. And we are told that Jesus spoke 7 times during those hours. These sayings have been collected as the 7 last words of Christ. Not all of them are found in every gospel record of his last hours, but every record has at least one of his last words. Luke has 3 of them, John records 3, and Matthew and Mark have 1 each and is the same one from Psalm 22. These are the 7 words of Christ from the cross. My God, why have you forsaken me? I thirst. Woman, behold your son. Son, behold your mother. This was to Mary and John. Father, forgive them. They do not know what they're doing. Today you will be with me in paradise, which was said to the thief hanging beside him. Father, into your hands I commit my spirit. And then finally, it is finished. These 7 statements are worthy of deep thought and meditation all by themselves. We often meditate on them in Holy Week one by one. However, taken as a whole, they show us something that is critical to know about Jesus' last hours. This man, though beaten, terrorized, ridiculed, and pierced, is fully and mentally awake. He has his wits about him. He is cognizant of everything that is taking place. When Jesus looks beneath the cross, he sees some soldiers gambling for the only thing of value that was his. He knows he has been stripped clean of everything. He has nothing left to call his own. Did he remember the proverb he spoke in his earlier years? Foxes have holes, and the birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man has no place to lay his head. He was homeless and naked. All of us come into the world naked, and like it or not, we will all ultimately be naked again at the last. This is Job's conclusion. Naked came I from my mother's womb, and naked shall I return. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. There is one more last thing Jesus said that is recorded in the gospel. There is, if you will, an 8th word from the cross. It's mentioned in the Gospel of Mark. It says, And Jesus uttered a loud cry and breathed his last, and the curtain of the temple was torn in two, from top to bottom. And when the centurion who stood facing him saw that this is the way he breathed his last, he said, Truly, this man was the Son of God. Jesus' last words on the cross was actually a loud cry. We do not know what he said, but it contained vast emotion. Was it a relief? Was it a release? We don't know, but it was enough to bring the captain of the guard to faith. He is the first person to be converted by the death of Jesus, but he would not be the last. Have a blessed day.